Hey friends, it's John Klein III of episode 23 of Shadow and Flame with Magic, the podcast. And today we're going to review Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, so lots of spoilers coming. So let's get to it. And once again, thanks to Francisco for providing the theme song to the podcast. And with me today is Walker D. Whirl.
Yay!
How's it going, pal?
Good.
Did you watch the movie?
Yay!
And so once again, plenty of spoilers coming. So we're going to talk about the movie.
Yay, spoilers!
Is there anything you want to talk about with the movie?
Well, the first thing. I'm just going out with all spoilers. Well, Kane is in the movie.
Yeah, maybe you should talk. Yeah, so this is
And Kane died.
Well, he got defeated.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, Paul Rudd is Ant-Man. Avalanche. Oh no, Lily is the Wasp.
And we see her daughter has a Ant-Man suit.
Yes, yeah, Paul Rudd's daughter.
And
It fully turns into Sack Turner, which I thought was, or Stature had a great purple costume. Like her father's red costume, or red and black, and hers is purple and black, which was pretty nice. In Marvel Strike Force, I did not do enough to earn that costume. That was a little disappointing for me. And so mostly his daughter, Cassie, shoots back or sends a message to the microverse, except they're calling it Quantumania. And then they get pulled into the quantum realm.
And after that, they split up and and they try to kill them also. The
Wasp?
The second one, her mom.
Yeah, the original Wasp, Janet.
Yeah, Janet. Well,
Played by Michelle Pfeiffer.
Janet. Kane is a world destructor. He blows up worlds.
Mm-hmm. He's a conqueror.
And he got. What do you call it again?
Conquered?
No.
Oh, no, he got stranded?
Yeah, he got expelled.
Oh, yeah.
He got exiled.
Like we saw in Exile, that's the word. In the end of Loki season 1, which we meant to watch that episode again, but we didn't. But he got expelled from the Council of Kings. And then, which in a fun post-credit sequence, we saw the council, and it's pretty much a whole dynasty of kings.
Yes.
Which I thought was cool because it was, like Immortus was there, as well as Raja Tut, and just a different version of King. So I was like, hey. And then it turns out there was like 1,000 of them. And I was like, oh. Like, I thought it was going to be a cool, like, trio. But instead, it's going to be a lot of infighting.
Yep.
And their end credit sequence was Loki season 2.
And Janet breaks the ball, and after that,
the power drive for kingship.
Yeah, Ant-Man. Ant-Man has to do a deal to get that orb to give it to Kane. And Kane will kill her daughter.
His daughter.
Yeah, his daughter. And after that...
No, I bet Wasp views her as her daughter, maybe. Or maybe her boyfriend's daughter. I don't get the idea of Cassie. Well, Cassie's like, 18 in this movie? So she's probably not thinking her as mom unless she's stepmom. And I thought Wasp and Ant-Man were pretty cute today, or in the movie. Lily, her short hair... Every so often, because I know in the comics Janet has short hair, but there was a moment where I was like, I don't know why I keep trying to pronounce it. I feel like in my head earlier, I was like, oh, I know how to say her name. But yeah, the Wasp actress's name, Evangeline. Yeah, there we go, Lily. Oh, and then Michael Douglas as the original Ant-Man, Hank Pym, who, I don't know, he just looks like my father in a way, where I just kept thinking about my dad throughout the movie, Grandpa Klein.
We hope you guys not watching.
One of my biggest think that's okay to say. I think my biggest issue with the movie, like my only criticism, is like at one point early in the movie, I was like, oh, so they did this like Sin City where everything's like green screen because there was nothing real in the movie except for like 10 minutes on Earth. So I was like, well, that's interesting, but how else would they film it? But I'd be curious to see how much was practical effects. Did you have anything in the movie that bugged you?
Well, the only thing what bugged me was like it was weird. I think Ant-Man first was better than that movie, and Ant-Man the Wasp is better than that movie.
Oh, so you think it's the third best Ant-Man movie?
Well, I think it's the Wasp because it did have that good graphics and it did.
Oh, that's interesting.
And
I thought the graphics looked okay.
Yeah, the graphics was okay. So it felt weird. Like I like the movies on Earth.
Yeah, you felt disconnected.
So also like, okay, what about Also, it's not like the comic books at all. It's kind of like the comic books. It's based off.
I was like, do you even read the comic books?
No.
Okay. What a weird criticism you're coming from.
Yeah.
But I thought it was all right in terms of comic books. We found out that Janet was quite the freedom fighter.
And yeah, she was some people call her a terrorist.
Yeah. Depending on, like, all good rebellions, it all really depends on if you're being rebelled against or not. Oh, and Bill Murray was in it for a scene. Walker was excited to see a Ghostbuster. Not enough Ghostbusters in the movies. And then, and there was a romantic history between her and Bill Murray's character. Then Hank reveals that he was with Linda, which I was trying to rack my brain of like comic book Lindas, but I was like, I can't think of any that would have been like what a reference that would have been. I'm trying to think how I would have ranked it. I think I would have ranked Ant-Man 2, 1, 3, maybe. My problem with superhero movies is like the first one's always the one I watch the least amount, or the one I forward past all the origin nonsense. Like Batman Begins, I usually start right when he returns to Gotham, and Amazing Spider-Man, I jump to when he's been bitten. Man of Steel, I skip the Krypton scenes. So I like it when like the sequels, they just get into the action of it all. But some origin movies, like Ant-Man 1, like there's some fun stuff. Like you want to jump right to when he gets the uniform for the first time.
Ant-Man 1 is better than Ant-Man 3. Ant-Man 3 just seems off.
Yeah.
Off tracks of Marvel.
I'm trying to think. Oh, there was that fun moment where he goes into the core, the battery, and then there's like 100 different Ant-Mans. Oh. My favorite part was when Kang's giving his history of like all the different timelines he's conquered. And like he talks about how he's killed all the Avengers.
Oh, yes.
He makes a fun reference to how he's killed Thor, which as an audience, it's like, oh, hey. He
said Ford, and after he called it Ant-Man 4.
Yeah, exactly. And then towards the end, he has that great moment like, you talk to ants. And then just on cue, Hank comes in of his army of super science ants. And just gets demolished, and they just wreck Kang. Where I'm like, oh, I guess, what's our history of Kang? So Kang from Marvel Lego Superheroes 2, which ends with spoilers for Lego Marvel Superheroes 2.
Oh yeah, it's more characters at the end. It might be a part 2 of that.
Of the movie?
No, of the.
Of Heroes? Yeah. Of Lego Marvel 2?
Yeah.
Because there's Marvel 1, there's Avengers, and then there's...
The flavors and stuff. It doesn't show you those other characters, those future characters.
Oh, no. Walker's poor mother has been a little sick, and I think we might be catching it. But anyways, but the game ends with Kang, who's been the villain the whole time, but he finally becomes the foe you can fight, and it ends with Giant King. And then the only way you can beat him is by turning Captain America gigantic. I remember immediately being like, they better credit Kurt Busiek for this, who's by far my favorite Avengers writer. And then it turns out Kurt Busiek wrote the game. So I was like, all right, like pretty awesome. He got paid to do the same story twice. And I'm a big Kang's the villain of Avengers Forever, the great miniseries with Kurt Busiek and the late great Carlos Pacello. And then besides that, I really don't. And then Kang was also the villain in Uncanny Avengers, and which is when the Avengers and X-Men try to make a super team. And at one point, Kang's the villain in there. But besides that, I don't really have huge King connections. And I don't know. And then I was annoyed that Loki season 1 was having such a fun romp. Then all of a sudden, in episode 6, they're like, "Oh, hey, we're going to take away your season finale and make it here, everyone. Here comes Kang." So I do like the idea that Kang is just a male actor, right? An actor, and not like a computer generated moment. Well, forget Thanos' actor's name, who was also Cable in Deadpool 2. His name is shoot, it's escaping me right now. He was in Goonies. It'll come to me. But like, I don't know how much of on set was he in that movie for all the Avengers movies. But Jonathan Majors, who's Kang, I thought did a great job. What do you thought of Kang?
Well, I think. Wait, was it?
He seemed very intimidating.
Yeah, was it actually the same actor from season 1?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
So I thought him being taken out in the first movie, I was like, I don't know how he's going to work as the next Thanos level, though. Like, he's already been beaten once.
Yeah, well. Oh, yeah, the Go Loki started him.
Yes. Oh, did you watch that? I thought you gave up on Loki season 1. Oh, man, we should watch that after this.
Yeah.
Because instead of a bedtime story, I was like, Walker, will you do a podcast with me?
Yeah, it's better than butt time.
Let's see here. What else can we talk about?
There's more spoilers of the movie. Let's just talk about Ant-Man 1.
Oh, what was your favorite part about Ant-Man 1? Mostly I remember Falcon shows up, and that was cool. Falcon, who's in Fortnite right now.
Yeah, I was just kidding about it.
Oh. Let's see. Anything else? I'm trying to think of special appearances or... when King and Ant-Man were fighting, and there was a big portal, and I was like, just jump through the portal. And then, all of a sudden, it looks like King's about to do it, and then Wasp comes in, a hero moment. I thought that was pretty cool. That might be my favorite moment in the movie.
Kind of me too. Well, my favorite part was one of when you remember one of the not a post-credit scene, except it was Ant-Man thinking about what Kane said. He doesn't go in the portal or something.
Yes. Before the credits start, the final scene, the proper movie, he's thinking, Ant-Man's walking around thinking about how Kang foretold that he's going to be the reason, only Kang can conquer, and he needs to conquer, or all the timelines are going to dissolve. And so Ant-Man defeated Kang, and thus now there's no one to stop the oncoming threat. And so now Ant-Man has to ponder if he's done a good job or not, or did he win, or did he just lose on a cosmic level he's not even aware of. But that was intriguing.
That is my favorite part.
I liked how apparently between the movies and the blip, Ant-Man wrote a book, and so we heard excerpts from the book. That was fun. It was great seeing Michelle Pfeiffer acting, who I've loved since Cool Rider in Grease 2. Catwoman, of course. Oh, trailers. We saw the Flash trailer. I thought the Flash uniform looked pretty cool. It looked sleeker, not so jagged. Michael Keaton, Batman. And can't talk about Michael Keaton's Batman or Michelle Pfeiffer without saying my favorite movie line to quote, which is mistletoes are deadly if you eat it, but kisses can be deadlier if you mean it. Which it's awkward to bring up into a conversation, but if you want to do a deep cut from a movie, I'm all for it. And of course, she was in One Fine Day with also Batman actor George Clooney. That was fun. I don't know. There's times where I was like, oh man, after this, I wouldn't mind doing a Michelle Pfeiffer deep dive. I haven't seen Scarface in forever. And then she did that movie of the Bridges movies, or brothers, Bo Bridges and Jeff Bridges. I don't even know why I tried that. Thanos' actor's name is, his dad was in that show Life is Pieces. They got famous. I don't know. It's never gonna come to me. Let's see here. Favorite moments, least favorite moments, appearances. I thought the action scenes were pretty good.
Yeah.
Right, the rebellion.
Yep.
Oh, we haven't even talked about MODOK. The design only mechanism.
Oh yeah, MODOK.
Yeah, MODOK. Who I didn't mind was actually Darren from the first movie.
Oh yeah.
Because MODOK is clearly his own character, but I thought he lived it. And do you remember MODOK's famous last words?
Oh yes. I will say it right now.
Nope. Where he was like, I promise not to be a dick. Everyone should work on not being a dick.
Yeah.
I thought that was touching.
So that I thought you said there was no bad words on this.
Well, it's a movie quote. But I was going to allow you one chance to use a bad word, but no more. You've missed it.
No, I'm going to say it. I won't be a dick.
There you go. That's a quote. And so we were going to do, so what, so this is going to be my replacement for the Ant-Man month. So I'm going to still do a comic review next week, but I was going to end on a lamer segment or issue, but so the next week will be our final Ant-Man spotlight, and it's going to be ending on a better note, so I like that. Will you have something?
I forgot about that MODOK. So you remember that MODOK?
MODOK? Oh yeah, on Hulu. Yeah, we saw like 2 or maybe 4 episodes of the 8 or something.
You should watch that.
Yeah, we should probably finish that. There, I had that thought, like, and that shit wasn't too bad. Pat Oswalt writing.
Wait, is it actually the second season?
No, it never is getting a second season.
Why?
Well, I don't think that many people watched it. But I wonder if the numbers are up now on that show now that and MODOK I always liked. I know people were saying, I know people are down on the movie, but I thought the movie was all right. It's not the worst Marvel movie. Like, it's not Thor Dark World.
It's also
Or
Ant-Man week. That means you
I'm not the biggest Eternals guy.
so you have a Ant-Man skin in Fortnite.
Yeah, well, on your name.
Yeah, except you do have it. You're in your Ant-Man spirit. Ant-Man spirit. Oh, yes.
What else can we
talk about?
I'm trying to think of what else.
We just trying to figure it out, son.
Yeah, I was hoping while Walker was talking, I was going to
look up something on Google. Yay, Google is coming. Thanos actor.
Josh Brolin. Ugh, Brolin. The worst. What else? There was that. And my biggest criticism before the movie even started is that this is like a family movie, a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, and like they aired the Boogeyman trailer before the movie started. Like, so many kids, like Walker did okay, but you can just hear other kids like just clearly put out of sorts because they put a scary trailer before it, and people were like, and Walker was like, "What's this?" And I was like, "I don't know," but I'm annoyed that some jerk was like, "Oh man, let's promote this Stephen King movie." Like, overly scary. I don't know. It was just like, it felt just a disconnect from. I was like, you don't need to do this movie, or like the trailer didn't be that spooky.
Like Halloween from 1978.
Yeah.
The kids were scared of Boogeyman, so it was actually Michael Myers. Spoilers.
Yeah. And I don't know. And plus, I was like, you're making a movie about Boogeyman. You should make it after the real Ghostbusters Boogeyman, who legit scared me when I was Walker D's age, with his white face and his blue hair, and how he scared Egon. Favorite real Ghostbuster villain would be Sam Hain for me. Do you have a favorite real Ghostbuster villain? You saw like what 4 episodes of that, 5 before you were like, I'm out.
Yeah, I think it's.
Which, as a real Ghostbuster fan, I always feel disappointed when people are always like, "Oh, that other thing that happened." Sam Hain. Oh, Slime. Well, he's not a bad guy in the cartoon, but Sam Hain's the pumpkin ghost with the purple cloak.
Oh, you want that ghost? Make that ghost. Ghostbuster symbol. It's actually like a real ghost.
Yeah, in that movie.
Yeah.
With the ladies.
Yeah.
Which honestly, not to get into a whole discourse about but if the lady Ghostbusters had just said, yeah, it's been 30 years since the New York attacks, I think that's all the fan base really wanted. Because it's not a bad movie. But saying the first 2 movies didn't exist, I think was a misstep.
Yeah.
And all you do is say the original Ghostbusters are retired, or just, the events of the movie's too fast for them to huddle together, or base the movie in Chicago. Literally, if that movie just happened in Chicago, you make a quick reference, just like Afterlife did, where it's like, oh yeah, Ghostbusters from the 80s. Boom. All story writing problems complete.
You're not talking about Ant-Man.
No, but Paul Rudd's in Ghostbusters, so I don't know. Just doing a side plan. Yeah, we did get off track.
So let's talk about Ghostbusters. This is Ghostbusters Week now. Yeah.
I know. In Ghostbuster thoughts, I keep having the real Ghostbuster. Remember Winston? I don't know. I don't think we got that, but the Winston baseball episode, that's a great one. There's a Winston episode where he goes to the dimension where all those missing socks go. Oh no, it's all lost items. I don't know. I was a big Winston fan. I don't know, the real Ghostbusters. So many great episodes. They had the one where Peter's dad, and they gotta go to like the Arctic and fight that giant beast. And there's that other episode where there's like ghosts come out, like whatever tiny hole means it's a tiny ghost, and then they find the giant hole in the wall, and then there's a giant ghost. Gosh, I wouldn't mind doing a real Ghostbuster podcast.
You want let me just make a second podcast?
Yeah. Okay, well, we at least did 20 minutes, so I feel like we did pretty good. Any other Ant-Man thoughts?
No.
I meant to figure out a cute way to put Kitty Pryde or Kate Pryde into this, but now I can't think of it.
You just said it away.
Oh, yeah, I guess I did it. Okay, so let's start wrapping up. If you want to follow Walker, he's on YouTube as Walker D. Whirl. He just uploaded a Minecraft video that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
You can follow me on Twitter and YouTube at Jackal SIII. You can follow the blog at shadowandflamewithmagic.com. You can follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at SNFWM. And tune in next week as we review Avengers Academy issue issue 38. Where the spectacular 30th, with the X-Men, there was the Jean Grey School versus Avengers Academy. I haven't read it in a while. You have a final thought?
I have a question. This is a podcast, right?
Yep.
You say you had 2 podcasts?
Well, no, I was saying it'd be fun to start a real Ghostbuster podcast, but we're not really going to do it.
Or want me to sign you in?
Yeah. Okay, but let's keep wrapping up. So you want to say bye to the good folks?
Bye!
And thank you so much. If you'll give a like and subscribe to whatever platform you listen to. And I just uploaded my 15th victory at Soccer Cape Pride in Fortnite, and I'm starting to cover Cape Pride in all my videos, so bear with me as I adjust to that. And then on Wednesday, we'll be releasing a fun episode of X-Men plushies. And so, some stuff out there for you to enjoy, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.